Hello and welcome to this Assam election special broadcast. The stage is set for crucial voting day tomorrow. With hours to go for the first phase of polling, how are the preparations in place? How ready is the Chief Electoral Officer's office? How challenging have been the preparations in the wake of the COVID situation? What are the special measures being taken this time? There are several such questions that the voters have in mind, and to throw light on them, I'm being joined today by Joint CEO Assam, Mr. Rahul Chandra Das. Welcome, Mr. Das, to Northeast Live. We thank you so much for sparing your precious time from your extremely busy schedule. Viewers, we also have in our studio singer Anindita Paul, someone who needs no introduction. Anindita Paul is also one of the poll icons, poll mascots, robed in to motivate voters ahead of the elections. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us in this special broadcast in Northeast Live. Coming to you, sir, first, how is the preparation so far? All set, all geared up for the crucial polling day tomorrow?
Thank you very much. Yes, we are all ready, and we are ready to take the poll smoothly. The CEO office has done every necessary arrangement for the smooth conduct of the poll. This time it is slightly different from the other time with the fact that the COVID scenario is still there. But with all the adequate safety measures has been taken up by the CEO office. This is in line with the Bihar election that has been taken, that has been conducted few months back, wherein the COVID is in full swing there. However, in our state, the COVID is not in much number, but still the same protocol is being followed as per the ECI direction. We are going with all the protocols for a safe election, and we will ensure that, the office will ensure that.
Absolutely. Before I come to Ms. Anindita Paul, Mr. Das, how challenging has been? Of course, the COVID rate, the positivity rate is much down now. However, it has been increasing of late. Of course, the numbers cannot match what we have seen earlier in Assam and other parts of the country, but nevertheless, we are having 30 to 40 cases every day, 19 to 20 or more of them in Guwahati. Overall, how challenging has been to prepare for the polls in wake of this COVID situation, that threat that looms large? What are the challenges, some of the challenges, and what are the redressal measures that you have put in place?
Yes, definitely there are challenges. The challenges have been taken very well by all the district election offices under the able guidance of the Chief Electoral Office. The instruction of the Election Commission has been taken very well. Our team has done well in all the districts. The COVID materials that has been purchased for everything, even for the people who would be coming without masks in the booth centers, they will be given with the masks also. The sanitizers during exit entry, the help desk, a new concept here. The separate waiting sets will be there. The queues will be there, maintaining a social distance. So there will be circle in the centers. The queues, there will be 3 queues there. So all the necessary arrangements are there. Even the PPE kit will be given to the polling parties for the last hour. And we can talk on this later on also. And the voters will be given hand gloves also in his right hand,
okay,
mostly. Yeah.
So pretty much quite a lot of elaborate measures put in place, which is much required. Coming to you, Anindita Paul, of course, icons, mascots like you play a major role to bring the attention to the polls amid the hectic campaigning, the electioneering, the sloganeering, the rhetorics. It's people like you who probably also bring up positivity around the entire thing, the process of elections, which is the celebration of democracy. How has been the experience? How has been the response of the people? And are you hopeful of a massive good turnout starting tomorrow?
Definitely. First of all, I'm really grateful that the Chief Electoral Officer, Sam, has considered me to be one of the icons for this year. And see, art and culture plays a very important role in the society. I mean, if you take it in a positive way, they can actually be instrumental in bringing about a change. I really feel so. And in this case itself, I'm a very optimistic person by myself and by nature. And I feel that, we have certain kind of people have faith in us, in our craft. People do believe in certain, they have certain kind of notion regarding our work, regarding what we have created in last 20 years, in the society. So if this works for people, then I'll be successful, I feel. And yes, of course, the turnout was little less, I guess, in 2019. But they are really, it gone down to 80%, I guess, from 2015.
But again, of course, that was the Lok Sabha polls, Assembly polls.
That's a different way expect. So, but now I really hope that this time things will be a lot more different, and I really have to talk about the Chief Electoral Officer Assam for doing such a commendable job in every part of state. And right from the COVID situation to so many other situations that has to be taken care of during a election time. So I'm hopeful, and yes, we really hope for a better poll this year. And if I can bring about the change, I'll be more than grateful.
Mr. Das, thankfully we have not really witnessed any pre-poll violence. Of course, there have been certain stray incidents, but no systemic pre-poll violence in Assam. Assam does not have a culture of pre-poll violence as such. But despite that, what is your assessment of the law and order situation ahead of the polls?
Yes, you are very true in the fact that there is not much pre-poll violence. Earlier also there was not much here in Assam. There is no culture there of violence. Yes, but we have made all the preparation, our officers made all the preparations that is required for maintaining the security of the polling stations everywhere. During the polling process, even the district election officers have done everything, every possible with their constant superintendent of police. The SOPs have been followed strictly, and the vulnerable hamlets have been properly checked. People have been bound down. Those troublemongers have been bound down. The non-bailable warrants have been executed to an extent. So everything has been taken as a precautionary measure, and we think that we will be having a very smooth, free, fair and peaceful election.
And also at the same time, a lot of seizures, cash, liquor, other stuff worth around 87 crores. That's a whooping figure. All credit goes to the machinery, the election department, for that kind of a seizure that has taken place. But also, is that a tag worrying such a huge amount of cash, liquor being seized ahead of the polls?
Yes, it's the two sides of the same coin. If we don't seize also, that's a problem. And if we seize, seizure is always a good thing as in regard to our election commission guidelines and instructions, because that has to be taken care of by the team. And once the seizure has been made, we ensured that team is working properly and they are not leaving any stone unturned. And yes, there are few movements of cash, liquids we have seen with the seizures also. That is definitely a cause of worry, but at the same time, catching them on time is a right signal to the all the troublemongers.
Anindita Paul, again, with icons like you being roped in, do you think it's very necessary, especially to motivate first-time voters, maybe young voters, people who are voting for the first time? Even the election department focuses a lot on first-time voters. You must have interacted with some of them, potential voters who will be voting for the first time. Are they looking forward to it? Because it's very important that they are positive about this entire process.
Of course, this is their first time, so they are definitely very excited and also very inquisitive at the same time. They want to know so much about elections and all, and this is the best way they should come out and celebrate democracy and cast their vote. And at least we have icons like Rian Parag who are also casting their vote for the first time.
Yes.
So more than me, Rian would be a lot more motivating in terms of new voters. And yes, I mean, I look forward to the young voters definitely, but I also look forward to people from all sections of the society, all age group, all generations, and people at large should come out and vote.
And Mr. Das, as you have been mentioning, the biggest challenge was conducting the elections in the times of COVID. Of course, the polling time has been increased by an hour so that there is enough social distancing in place. The number of polling stations we are seeing, are we seeing a significant increase in the number of polling stations this time in the wake of the COVID situation?
Yes, it's a significant increase because earlier we are around with 28,000 odd polling stations. Now it has gone up to 33,000 and almost 33,500 polling stations. So increase of more than 5,000 polling stations. So it carries a different meaning also, because with the increase of polling station, many manpowers needs to be increased. There should be polling stations increased. We have to increase the polling station. That means we have to increase the auxiliary polling stations. So that has been taken care of now, because only polling station increasing doesn't make this sense unless we make them all the assured minimum facilities in the polling station. We have to put all the assured minimum facilities in those polling stations also. Luckily, everything has been set, and except few temporary structures that would be this time due to this increase in polling stations. So that is not much in number. So we are hopeful that all the polling stations will be capable to take the poll nicely.
We have also seen that, we have also observed that there has been a special thrust on voters awareness this time. Can you give us some points? Can you elaborate on some points where the election department has tried to do things probably differently or gone a step ahead this time?
Yes, definitely. Our Chief Electoral Officer has taken special initiative on the sweep because of the fact that we are coming with the COVID situation. We have to overcome the situation, and we have to make people fearless of the fact that there is no, everyone should come out and vote freely, and we are making all necessary arrangements for a safe election too, because the motto of ECI is also, apart from inform everything, they have given a motto that the election should be safe also.
For the last 3 weeks or more, a month, people are hearing the themes of various parties, be it the BJP, the Congress. Also, not to forget, we also have the election theme. Which has also drawn a lot of applause, and it's very catchy. Of course, we would like to listen to the song a bit first before I come to you, Anindita, on the song.
Okay, you want me to sing it live?
We will listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
নগৰ গাঁও সামৰি আহা সকলোলাই
ভোটদান কৰি গণতন্ত্ৰক ৰাখো জীয়াই
চহৰ নগৰ গাঁও সামৰি আহা সকলোলাই ভোটদান কৰি গণতন্ত্ৰক ৰাখো জীয়াই
ভোটদান আমাৰ অধিকাৰ
আমি সজাগ ভোটাৰ ভোটদান আমাৰ অধিকাৰ
Well, contagious is the word I can use for this. The tune, it gets on you, and well, it's wonderfully composed. Can you say something on this?
It's wonderfully composed by a very young and passionate music producer, a fantastic singer, Probin Bora, and beautifully written by Paplu Chetia. what I loved about the song when they made me listen to it is that it's very colloquial, you know. It at a particular, you know, if you just listen to the song, it can cater to every section of the society. I mean, it's just plain language. No flowery language, nothing, you know, you don't have difficulty in understanding it. So that is the best part. And when you have a tune to it, and that too such a catchy tune, I mean, nothing great like that. I mean, I loved singing that.
We just heard the song, of course, we can see you there, but can we also hear you live? Our viewers, the voters would also like to hear you live since we have you in the studios. If we can hear her sing live.
Sure, I'll just sing a couple of lines. Dole bole dole bole dole bole jao bol dole bole dole bole dole bole dole bole dole bole dole bole jao bol dole bole dole bole dole bole এয়া যে সময় নির্বাচনৰ এয়া যে সময় ভোটদানৰ এয়া যে সময় নিৰ্বাচনৰ এয়া যে সময় ভোটদানৰ চহৰ নগৰ গাঁও সামৰি আহা সকলোলাই ভোটদান কৰি গণতন্ত্ৰক ৰাখো জীয়াই আমি সজাগ ভোটাৰ ভোটদান আমাৰ অধিকাৰ আমি সজাগ ভোটাৰ ভোটদান আমাৰ অধিকাৰ দলে বলে দলে বলে দলে বলে যাও বল দলে বলে দলে বলে দলে বলে
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure it'll motivate a lot of people to come out and vote in increased numbers. Mr. Das, of course, it's not for nothing that we call elections a celebration of democracy. Every aspect from culture to tradition, everything is amalgamated in the entire process, and probably that's the beauty of it. And we thank people like you, officials like you, who are making it happen. It's a very coordinated effort, as we can see.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Actually, it's thanks to the entire team under the leadership of Civil Electoral Officer and all our district election offices. They are playing a superb role here. Everywhere we could find, many are doing senders. Someone is doing in Kachar. You will see 8-kilometer rangoli that has been entered in the India Book of Records also. Some are so innovative ideas. They are all district DCs are doing, DOs are doing. So. We are also doing here centrally from here. The icons are doing a very nice role everywhere. So the paracyclist for the specially abled will see he is moving all around the state to just make our people to come and vote. So it's a concerted effort of everyone. So we like that it's an appeal from our office that everyone should celebrate with us.
Absolutely. Also, one important feature of this election, webcasting facility in almost 50% of the polling stations. Something remarkable, very important, and also makes the entire process very transparent. Not that elections have not been transparent. Since we have the voting machines, elections have been much more transparent in this country. Of course, it's a sacred process, I would like to call it. But this is something which also will go a long way, don't you think so, in ensuring transparency?
Yes, it's a very significant thing that has happened this time. It is as per the instruction, but never took so genuineness here this time, because 50% is not a matter of joke here. Because we have more than 32,000 police stations and we have to cover around 16,772 police stations through webcasting. You know, the network connectivity, everything is not so good, but we have targeted that number and team is very well prepared to cover all these police stations. These are in addition to the other measures. We have the security deployment, we have the micro observer deployment in the critical police stations. So everything will be there. These are in addition to maintain the transparency. So at the click of a second, the CEO office, the ECI and the DO can see what is happening in those polling stations.
Absolutely. Anindita Paul, again, it's Assam is a big state. population of over 3 crores. It's a big challenge also to reach out to people, to make them aware. What are the challenges? You are one of the icons, one of the mascots. Of course, in urban centers it's easy to reach out, but more than half of the state is rural. What are the challenges there? Whether do you think things can be done more differently to reach out to more people in rural areas, or do you think with the TV, media, communication, things are in place whereby we are much better placed right now to reach out to masses than probably a decade and a half ago?
Of course, I was just telling you the same thing. If you would have asked me the question, 15 years back, I would have answered it in a different way. But we are blessed, I suppose, now with, with this booming technology everywhere. So we can reach out to every section of the society. And I have seen in rural Assam also, people are quite tech savvy. They have a mobile phone. They have a, if some news which create a sensation can reach out to many people, why not something like a voting awareness, or like an advertisement which we have been a part of, me, Kopil or Rian and all. So it will definitely grab attention, and that way we are able to reach definitely maximum number of people in today's state. I can assure that.
Absolutely. Mr. Das, again, on the same lines, there are remote areas, Assam is last, especially the border districts, the border areas, polls will be held in later phases in most of the places. How challenging does it still remain? How things have improved over the last few years? Are we confident of high turnout in the most remotest polling station in the state?
Yes, there are concerns with all these polling stations. We have actually recorded all the polling stations that has a lower voter turnout in the last years. In the 2016, 2019, we have kept a record of that. We have requested all the DEOs, district election officers, to specially aware those people that they should come out. And in the eventuality of any law and order situation, that has been taken care of by the concerned districts. There is no issue as on that. Yes, with the communication you were saying to other areas, so most of the areas have been covered as on date. Yes, there are some shadow areas still remain, but we are now with the technology, we are getting them communicated with them, getting them in touch with us, with the concerned districts. So there is not much issue there.
Do you think enough security arrangements are in place in case a deployment is required? How is that situation? Enough paramilitary troops in place if required?
Yes, definitely. You can see our press conference yesterday where our Chief Editor Officer Assam has categorically stated that part along with our State Police Nodal Officer. So everything is in place. Because we have election in 3 phases, there is not much issue on security aspect also.
Your message to the voters of Assam ahead of the first phase, crucial first phase tomorrow?
Let's celebrate democracy, and if we want to change in the society, or if we somehow we feel, deep inside that we can create the change or we can be the change, please come out and vote, because every vote matters.
Absolutely. Your message to the voters, sir.
Yes, what Anindita said rightly, that every vote matters. The Election Commission is actually is very concerned about everyone to be included in the process of democracy. We want to make the democracy stronger. We are doing every possible effort to make the election a very smooth and safe one. And we appeal to all the voters to come out freely, without any influence of any other thing, and vote wisely. Please come out and vote.
Last question to you, since again the focus continues to be on COVID, does the election department assure every voter that more than enough safety measures are being taken? No one needs to be worried about the COVID situation. Enough precautionary measures will be in place in every polling center.
Yes, the measures in addition we have taken care of. The SOPs will be totally complied with. The district election officers have been taken all necessary things. All the necessary materials have also been supplied to them. So there is no issue with that. So we are taking every step for maintaining the COVID protocol.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rahul Chandradas. You spared your time out of such a
Thank
busy
you so
schedule
much.
polling tomorrow. Thank you so much, Anindita Paul. And we all hope that it's a big turnout tomorrow and in the successive phases. And we hope democracy wins at the end of the day. That's a wrap.